Okay, hello everyone. Guys, today we're starting a new unit. Okay, and this is kind of the last stretch toward the end of the year. We're going to be looking at nth roots, negative, and fractional exponents. Guys, we've kind of looked at this before, but we haven't really expressed an exponent with a fraction in here like this, okay? In today's objective, we're going to convert from radical to exponential form back and forth. All right, also to simplify a simple power with a fractional exponent. All right, you can put that in the calculator. Today's essential question, you'll need this for the homework check. How are exponents and radicals used to represent roots of real numbers? Just a quick review. Guys, multiplication, all it really is a shortcut for repeated addition. I mean, rather than write like 3 plus 3 plus 3 like that, we just write 3 times 8. All right, multiplication is just a shortcut for repeated addition. And guys, exponents are just a shortcut for repeated multiplication. We don't write 3 times 3 times 3 like that. We just write 3 raised to the power of 8. It's a shortcut notation. Also, guys, we have inverse functions, like subtraction is the inverse of addition. Division is the inverse of multiplication. Guys, the inverse of raising something to a power is to find the root. So again, if you want to undo a square, you take the square root. It's the same for a cube. Okay? 7 cubed is 343. So the cube root of 343 is 7. You write the little 3 up here. Again, if it's a square, we don't write a 2 up here. We just imply there's a 2. We're taking the square root. And this is kind of how we write it. We've talked about this before. The root goes right up here, all right, kind of in the front of the house. We used to call that at the door of the house. All right, inside the house is the radicand, and this radical sign we talked about. That means root. Guys, but we can rewrite radicals as a fractional exponent. All right, a raised to the power of 1 over n. You can write it like a radical like that, or back and forth. All right, where the index is n. And if you have m over n, so it's a fractional exponent that has 2 different numbers here. You can put the n here as the index. The one underneath is the root. The one up top is the power you're raising to, or the exponent. All right, and you can put the m outside or inside. It doesn't matter. You get the same answer. And you can go the other way too, of course. This is 7 squared. We're taking the 5th root of that. So just put the root underneath and the square, the 2 on top. You put that in your calculator, you'll get the right answer. All right, again, you can go 7 raised to the power of 2/5. And boom, you'll have your answer right in the calculator, okay? Guys, also remember that for a cube root of a negative number, it is a real number, because 3 negative numbers multiplied together gives you another negative number. So the cube root of negative 27 really is negative 3. And the cube root of negative 125 really is negative 5. And you can write the cube root like this right here, raised to the 1/3. That's like taking the cube root. Just like 1/2 would be taking the square root. Also, y'all, we have negative exponents sometimes. But guys, a negative in the exponent, it doesn't mean negative. It means reciprocal. So here, x raised to the negative n power means 1 over x to the n, x to the positive n. All right, so our example down here, 2 raised to the negative 3 power. 2 raised to the power of negative 3 is really 1 over 2 cubed, which is 1/8. I think I said that right. Again, guys, a negative exponent does not mean negative. It means reciprocal. So if we have something like this, right, 5 raised to the power of 4, we're taking the third root of that, the cube root of that, and you can do them in either order. Doesn't matter. All right, you can write it like this, 5 raised to the power of 4/3. Or you can write it like this, 5 raised to the negative 4/3 power, because that means 1 over. All right. Just a quick review. Guys, we looked at types of exponents, positive exponents. All right, like 5 cubed is 5 times 5 times 5. That's 5 raised to the power of 3. And here today we've looked at negative exponents. Again, a raised to the negative x just means 1 over a to the x. Or 2 raised to the negative 4 means 1 over 2 to the 4th. Okay, in case you have a rational exponent, and again, rational just means a fraction of integers. So 1 over n is the nth root of a. And here a raised to the m over n just means the nth root of a, and then raise that to the power of m. Also, just to review, guys, anything raised to the power of 0 equals 1. Anything raised to the power of 0 equals 1. All right? Except for 0, but don't worry about that, all right? We haven't figured out what that is yet. Guys, this is a summary of basically everything I've talked about here today, if you want to pause and take a look at that. All right, words, numbers, and then just the algebra of what it looks like. Guys, please complete the homework check next. We'll look at it in class too. In fact, we'll probably watch this video in class. All right, you need today's essential question, and these are the other 3 questions that are on the homework check. All right, that's it. Thanks.